You have been lied to. And I don't just mean a little white lie. I'm talking about the kind of lie that's been controlling your life, your relationships, and your healing. And the worst part, you don't even realize it. I believed this lie for years. It kept me stuck in toxic cycles, questioning my own worth, wasting years trying to fix someone who was never meant to be fixed. But once I uncovered the truth, everything changed. So stick with me until the end because I'm going to expose the biggest deception about narcissists, the one that's been keeping you trapped in pain. I'm also going to give you 3 things you can start doing right now to take back your power and start breaking free. Lastly, if you really want to break free, I have something that might change your life. But first, let's talk about the lie that's been keeping you stuck. Hey, I'm Liz, and trust me, I've been through it all. Dating struggles, toxic relationships, and let's not forget the daily grind of holding down 3 jobs at once. Talk about a survival story. But here's the twist. I don't just survive. I turned my mess into success. I went from barely holding it together to thriving like a boss, and now I help other women do the same. Speaking of lies, I once told my parents I was coming over to visit, but instead, I bailed out to meet up with a guy I met online to date. Yeah, my 30-something self, the woman who never got out to date because she fell headfirst into a toxic relationship with a narcissist, definitely made some questionable choices. But I survived. But here's the real talk. Unlike those silly lies we tell ourselves, like, I'll just have one more glass of wine, or I'll start my diet tomorrow, the lies the narcissists tell you are no joke. They'll keep you stuck in toxic cycles, making you believe you're not worthy or capable, and it's time to break free from that. If you're ready to stop believing those BS stories and level up your life, mindset, money, and relationships, you're in the right place. Let's make that glow up happen. Let's start with the lies you've been told. You've been told that the narcissists hurt you because they're damaged, that deep down, they actually love you, but they just don't know how to show it. That if you were more patient, more forgiving, less emotional, if you just love them the right way, then maybe they'd change. That is a lie. And I know because I believed it too. I spent years trying to fix someone who was never broken because you can't fix what was never whole to begin with. Let me give you an example from my own life. I know exactly how it feels to be trapped in a narcissistic cycle. I was in a relationship where I gave everything, my love, my time, my money, thinking that if I just loved harder, if I just proved my worth, maybe things would change. I remember the nights I stayed up, replaying conversations, wondering if it was me, if I was the problem. I remember making excuses for the gaslighting, the manipulation, the way he would tear me down, and then turn around and act like nothing happened. And financially, he nearly ruined me. He maxed out all of my credit cards, pocketed rent payments, and even stole thousands from me when I wasn't looking. But the worst part, it wasn't just about the money. It was about how I felt about myself. I stopped trusting my own judgment. I felt weak. I felt stuck. And honestly, I didn't think I would ever get out of it. Let me tell you something. The moment I realized that he wasn't my problem and my mindset was, that's when everything changed. Because the truth is, breaking free isn't just about leaving them physically. It's about rewiring your mind, reclaiming your power, and learning how to become untouchable to toxic people. Now, let me explain the harsh truth. Narcissists don't hurt you because they're broken. They hurt you because it gives them power. They don't accidentally mistreat you. Every silent treatment, every love bomb, every cruel word, It's part of a calculated game. And what's worse, they've trained you to believe that it's your fault, that you're the problem, that you're not good enough, smart enough, strong enough. But that's the real manipulation. Because if they can keep you doubting yourself, they keep you under their control. And let's be honest, right now it's working. Because if it wasn't, you wouldn't be watching this video, still searching for answers. You've tried everything, haven't you? You've read articles, you've watched videos, tried going no contact, maybe even gone back, hoping this time would be different. But nothing changes. Because knowing the truth isn't enough. You need a strategy, a new perspective. And that's exactly why I do what I do. So let's get into how to break free. The only way to beat a narcissist is to stop playing their game. And I know that's easier said than done, because breaking free isn't just about leaving them physically. It's about rewiring your mind, reprogramming the beliefs they planted in you, shattering the illusions they fed you, and learning how to step into your power again. That's what nobody tells you. It's not just about moving on. It's about unlearning everything they made you believe about yourself. And that's exactly what I help women do. But before I tell you how, I want to give you 3 things you can start doing right now to take back your power and start breaking free. Step number 1 is to break the trauma bond by seeing the pattern. Right now, your mind is wired to crave the narcissist. Even if you know they're toxic, that's not love. That's trauma bonding. It's an addiction to the highs and lows they create to keep you hooked. The first step to break free is recognizing that pattern. Start by journaling your interactions. Write down how they made you feel after every conversation. Do you feel uplifted and supported, or anxious and drained? Maybe you feel confused. If your emotions are a roller coaster, that is not love. That is manipulation. And the more you see it for what it is, the less power it has over you. Step number 2 is to detach from the illusion of who you thought they were. One of the hardest parts of leaving a narcissist isn't letting go of them. It's letting go of the fantasy you created in your mind. You're not grieving them. You're grieving the version of them you hoped was real. So here's what I want you to do. Take out a piece of paper. On one side, write down all of the good moments, the promises, the charm. On the other side, write down every time they hurt you, manipulated you, discarded you. Now look at both sides. The painful truth, the person you loved wasn't real. The love bombing was a mask. The abuse, that was the real them. And the sooner you accept that, the sooner you can detach. Step 3 is to rebuild your identity and your power. A narcissist's biggest weapon, making you forget who you are. They break you down so that you doubt yourself, you question your choices, and you feel like you can't trust yourself. But you can. And it starts by taking your power back, piece by piece. Start setting small boundaries. Say no without explaining. Make a decision, any decision, without second-guessing yourself. Every time you do this, you're rebuilding trust with yourself. Because here's the truth. The version of you that the narcissist broke, that's not the real you. The real you is still inside, and it's time to bring her back. I know this is a lot, and I know that right now you might still feel stuck, because knowing what to do is one thing, and actually doing it, that's where most women struggle. That's why I created something that's going to walk you through this process step by step. I'm hosting something I've never done before. It's a 5-day experience that will completely shift the way you see healing, your power, and your future. I'm going to show you exactly how to break free mentally, emotionally, and energetically so that you don't just leave the narcissist, you become untouchable to them. And the best part, it's completely free. But I'm only going to do this for a limited number of women. And I promise you don't want to miss this. So click the link in the description, sign up now, and I'll see you inside. This is your time to take back your power. Thank you so much for staying to the end of this video with me. If you're enjoying this video, maybe you'll enjoy my other 2 videos. My next one is going to be all about pain and shame. I'm going to share my story, make it relatable to you, because most of us, we are experiencing the same thing with different narcissists. This one's going to be a gut punch, but sometimes the hardest truths are the ones that set us free. If you're tired of repeating toxic patterns, this video is going to help you realize where you've been going wrong, and I'll teach you how to fix it. Love you all so much. Take care. God bless. Talk to you soon. See you in the next video. Bye-bye.